Guys, I'll be right with you in just a... Okay, welcome to another study session here, guys. I was just in a session with my mentorship traders, and we were going over some of their interesting plays here that they took this morning, and we're going to continue that with you. All right. But first, before we do that, I want to turn your volume up, Annie. I want to recover. What was it that I wanted to cover here today? Yeah, this was a beautiful play played by one of our traders. Did a masterful job with Twitter here this morning. He played it off the 5-minute chart initially. All right. And so I wanted to bring this point up, that position, especially off the open position, is the most important thing you can pay attention to. All right. So initial strength off of a solid position is really what you're predominantly looking for off the open. But that position can come from the 2 or the 5-minute chart. All right. So in this case, the good position didn't come from the 2. It came from the 5. Okay. And that makes it valid. All right. So you can get position from the 2 or the 5. In this case, the great position came from the 5. And so our trader decided to buy into the stock based on the 5-minute bar, all right, as it was forming. Stop under the low. And once the stock gained momentum, the trader flipped back to the 2-minute chart to ride the rest of the play out, and wound up getting out there as the final trade, but it caught basically the entire move. All right, so very interesting combo there. Okay, very interesting combo there. Okay. What type of entry did you do, Olive? That's not my trade. That's another trader's trade. Okay. And so you should know what kind of entry you do on a bar like this, right? Especially on a bar coming from a powerful location. You don't want to really be waiting very long, because the position itself is the ultimate confirmation. So any strength off of a good position, you just got to get in there. All right. So I believe that our trader's entry was 55. So that was right there, more or less. And now it looks small. Looks like you got in really early based on this, but the position is right. Moving averages are tight. The position is perfect. That's enough. Boom. It also keeps your risk smaller. Okay, so great play today. Great play today. Who was that, by the way? Why am I forgetting who that was? That was Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan. Nice trade, man. Masterful trade today. So just very quickly to show you what Jonathan did, He got in at 55. Remember, this is off the 5. Got in again somewhere up here. All right, took some profits off there. All right, move stop to break even. Then, or move stop to that fat bar there. Then got in on the pullback here again. Okay. Takes profits on the new high here, and then converts to the 8-period moving average to ride the rest out like this. Boom. And that's where the exit comes there. So very masterful trade step by step that takes advantage of the entire run of the play. Very impressive. Very impressive play this morning. Good job, Jonathan. Good job. All right. So, Julie, I want to actually move to you. You had eBay today. Nice little runner as well. Whoa. Notice the locations of these things, guys. That's your prevailing thing. Yeah, Roberto has eBay as well. So Julie's saying I ID'd a tail bar, bottoming tail bar, the perfect position. She actually went into the play, she did an anticipatory entry, 2 lots. Where would that be? Is that toward the top of the bar, Julie? All right, so going into the tail bar, right toward the end of the bar, 2 lots. Why is there propensity for my traders to do an early entry in a situation like this? The position is perfect. All right, that's the key. The position is perfect. All right, so early, if you have the perfect position, early is better than waiting. There's nothing to wait about. As long as you see strength off of that beautiful position, you can go. All right. Add 1 lot on the hidden RBI, the second bar. All right. So at some point, this bar, the second bar drops and becomes red. I don't know if you guys can see that very clearly. Look, it drops and becomes red. That red gets erased. Boom. And starts to turn green. Okay. So here's the original entry, 2 lots. She goes in 1 lot. When the little red gets erased, that's a hidden RBI. Beautiful. Now there's 3 lots. Where's your stop? Or the stop is the event. Okay, stop is under the tail bar. All right, got it so far. Profit take at 64.76. 64.76. What time is that, did you say? 9:42. Okay. Oh, we got 2 lots there. Okay. Stop adjustment to break even. There's the break-even stop adjustment. Add one lot on the pullback. Boom. I'm assuming I got that right there, Julie. Okay. Maintaining the same break-even stop. Profit take at 952. Wait a minute. Are you sure? Wait a minute. What am I doing here? 75. How do we get this as a new high? I don't understand. How do we see that as a new high? $9.56. Ah, you're scaring me here. Okay. Okay. We got one lot left, right? Stop adjustment to the pivot. P1. Stop adjustment to the cover. That's the tail bar. Okay. That's the color stop. Then boom, that's what I was waiting for. Flip to the 8-period moving average. My goodness. Julie, this is boss, man. This is boss. You got me going off the chart. This is boss, Julie. That's what I gotta say. All right. Let me do this again here. All right. So very quickly, boom, boom, stop, boom, break even, add, profit take, pivot, color, 8. Boom. Right there. Whoo! That's boss. All right, boss trade right there. Nice, Luis. Okay, nice. Well, the whole move is taken advantage of, you know. That's right, Alina. That's top hat. Nice. So from the first bar, the whole thing was taken advantage of, you know? But what you see here, Monteza, nice. What you see here is method, you know, and I'm constantly reminding you, I, I like what I see, Julie. Which what you see here is method. Like there's nothing here that is a knee-jerk reaction to something, a fear-based move. There's just, this is what I do next. All right. Stop is here. As long as my stop's not hit, boom. This is what I do next. This is what I do next. This is what I do next. And it's pure method at play. There's no emotions here, you know? And, you know, not being afraid of the stock taking a rest here is easier said than done, as many of you know. You know, this is like, you know, this is 2, 4, 6 minutes can seem like an eternity, where you're just seeing for 6 minutes whatever profits you have left is eroding. But it doesn't mean anything if your initial move is a strength move. You got to allow that. Now, someone was asking, let's see here, who was asking that? Oh. Philip asked Oliver the rule, no adding before taking some profit. First of all, I don't know where that rule comes from, because it doesn't come from me. But let me finish reading. If we have moved our initial stop in our favor, effectively locking in profit, that would make adding okay, would it not? Philip, I don't know where you get that there's no adding until you take a profit. What I think you're mistaking this for is that there should be no stop adjustment until there is the right to take a profit. All right. So adding is definitely mandatory if you get certain things like your first RVI and certainly your first pullback. All right. So please correct that in your trading plan, because that's wrong. Yeah, I listen. Here's the issue that most traders have. All right, here's the issue. This is why I don't really like those things. So the issue that most traders have is that they win when they're light and they lose when they're heavy, right? So I get it in a way where to try to correct that scenario in a trader, you just don't have them add. I'm not a very big proponent of that. I think you have to refine how they add. So very quickly, let me explain to you the theory, my theory of adding. I'm gonna give you 5 boxes here. All right, let's go over this. This is important. I'm gonna give you 5 boxes. Now, these 5 boxes represent a nice strong move off the open. All right. So this is one move, strong move off the open. I'm breaking the move into 5 pieces so that you can understand the concept of adding properly. Okay. Now, the first box will represent the event. So box number 1 represents your event. So this is box number 1 for Julie. It's the tail bar. It could be an elephant bar. It could be a bull 180, but it is the event. Box, sometimes you are entering into box number 1. Like Julie entered into box number 1. She entered into the event itself. Sometimes when you have an elephant bar plus, that is entering into box 1. You are entering into the event. That's box 1. Sometimes you're entering right above box 1. All right. So sometimes you're entering in box 1. Sometimes you're entering in box 2. Now, when you're entering in box 1, if you're going to add, you want to make sure that you add in box 2. You do not want to add in box 4 or box 5. That's a mistake I see a lot. Right? So as long as your buys, including an add, is in box 1 or box 2, you're fine. The problem with adds come from any of the other additional boxes. And this is where traders get in trouble with adding. Their adds are too far into the projected move. And so if that move goes sour, the loss becomes sizable. All right. So here's box 3. Here's box 4. And here's box 5. Now, you're told to, you're given the right to sell on how many pushes? Someone tell me. Right? Okay. So this is where your 5 boxes come from. So you can get push 1, push 2, push 3, and here could be push 4. You might get that. So if you think about it, these are your profit-taking boxes. So you see where your buy boxes must be? And the middle box is the ride the stock out box. Now I'm trying to simplify the pattern. Buy, buy, ride, sell, sell. Okay, let's say that again. Buy, buy, ride, sell, sell. All right. Buy, buy, ride, sell, sell. That's the formula. If you break this formula by buying in 3 or 4 or 5, you're going to mess it. Over time, you get messed up. So what's one of the quintessential setups here? Elephant bar like this, buy into the bar, stop, mandatory add, first RBI. Look at where your buys are. You see? You're buying in that area. Does this make sense? Now, any buy up here is starting to break the formula. You're getting outside of your buy zone. And as long as your adds are in these first 2 boxes, if you will, I think adding is fine. You just start to get into trouble when they start to get too far beyond. You got this. Does this make sense? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Awesome. All right. The last thing I will say about adding, I've never seen a big trader not add, ever. All big traders are adders. Every single, I've never seen in my life, I've never seen a big trader who does not add, who just buys and sits on it. Never seen that. So you don't want to neuter your adding. You just have to refine it. All right. And one last thing, if you're having trouble and the ads are stopping you out a lot, create a separate stop for your ad. So in this scenario I drew here, right? Your stop can be, your initial stop can be under that bar, but if you add here, you can make, if you're having trouble, make this a separate stop for the ad so that you're going to stop out here on the one lot and stop out here on the two lots. This will shrink your overall losses. All right. Garnett is asking, what if you just go all in at the open? You got to be careful with that because that's getting close. That borders on, not that it's not necessarily so, but it borders on just gambling. It borders on, I'm just going to roll the dice and bet everything here. Can it be done properly at times? Yes. But I find that a lot of traders don't know when it's time to put everything in at one point. All right. But so for a lot of traders, it's just, that's just gambling. And that's when I see, when I get reports where someone is, when I get reports of all the traders experiencing maximum loss per day in 40 seconds, like how do you lose your whole day in the first 40 seconds if you're not gambling? And those people will never, ever have access to my capital, ever. Even if they win, they will never gain access to my capital because they won by gambling. Not going to happen. And I get reports on that. Maximum loss per day, 30 seconds. Maximum loss per day, 20 seconds. Maximum loss per day, 40 seconds. What they're doing is taking the entire amount, just saying, let's just see where this goes. And if it doesn't go, I shut the machine down, maximum loss per day, and just go about my day. They have no respect for my capital or doing this properly. So in truth, they're wasting their time. All right. Okay. Let's do, watch the recording on that one, Kelvin. I spent so much time on it, man. I got to cover these plays, okay? Did you just come in or something? Did you want me to do that whole 30-minute thing again? All right. Roberto, how did you do? How did you do the eBay? How did you do? Juan, let's quickly cover Roberto's eBay trade since we have it up. All right, same bottoming tail bar. Confirmation entry in this case, you entered above the high, one lot. Event-based stop, got it. So he took the first major red bar takeout there. Is that the one, 940? Or is it this one? Yeah. Okay. He gave me that one in Spanish, man. It's okay. You got it. Stop adjustment under the solid green bar. So big bar stop adjustment here. $9.56 profits. All right, same profit bar. That's when you know my traders are trading the same method for the most part. 10, 10 at 82. Now, this is on the way down. I need clarification here. This is a sell on the way down. Clarify that for me, Juan. Okay, that's the break of that bar's low, so sell again. All right, let me get this 1 and 1. Okay, flip to the 8, just like Julie. What is this? Then we go bar by bar, starting at this bar. So starting at this bar, he leaves the 8 and starts bar by barring. And there's the stop out here. Yeah, I actually would have preferred to stay with the 8 simply because, in my opinion, there's not a strong enough move away from the 8 to go bar by bar. But still, this is a very impressive trade overall. All right, very impressive trade. I actually would be okay with bar by bar there. I can see a little acceleration away here. All right. But, you know, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. Not at all. All right. Little high buy there. Over time, this buy in here might get you in trouble based on what I was explaining, because you are up 1, 2, 3, 4 bars. All right. It's not a tremendous price move for those 4 bars, but adding after 4 bars to the upside just statistically might get you in a little bit of trouble. And as you can see, there wasn't very much momentum after that, so the stock had to rest, right? So Julie's early entry is more in those 2 boxes, right? Again, not technically wrong, just your better buys are a little closer to that initial event. All right, that's all. A little closer to this zone of your move. Okay. But great job. Great job. Guys, what you can see, for those of you who are not, part of the mentorship group, but what I want you to see is I want you to see how the actions are method. Like you can see the same pattern being played, the same template, the same formula, if you will. For the most part, they played the first bar the same. One got in a little earlier. This ad was the same. That profit take was the same. That move to the 8 was the same. It's the same formula. It's formulaic trading. And that's what you need to take your thinking and your feelings and your emotions out of the equation. All right. All right. Good job. Santiago, you did AMD. Annie's asking, but when do you decide to first employ the 8 break? You mean when do you decide to ride the 8, or when do you decide to get out on the 8? Because the get out is simple when it breaks, right? But which one? I asked 2 questions. Which one? Well, my traders know that once your stock moves to a new high, you can, boom, new high, you can go to that moving average now. You're in new high territory, right? So that's a very simple way of trying to hold on to a stock that's already giving you the new high. Ride it, baby. Annie, where do you live? New York City. Okay, I used to live in New York City. Annie, I moved to this land called the Land of Profitability. Have you heard of it before? The Land of Profitability. The land, you got to say it like that with that voice. The Land of Profitability. All right, that's where I moved to. There is a train. There's a train that goes there, Annie. All right, just want you to know that. There's a train that goes to the Land of Profitability. That train is called the A train. There it is right there. Now, when you get on this A train, you're coming to visit me. But don't come empty-handed, Annie. Come bringing gifts. All right? Okay. I like a little taste of those profits. Bring me those gifts. Get on that A train. Come to visit me. But make sure you don't come empty-handed. All right. Okay. 8 train. New high. Guys, look. New high, 8 train. For the most part. Look. Boom, boom, boom. New high, 8 train. All right. Do it again. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. New high, 8 train. You say, listen, I'm going to visit Oliver. I'll see you guys later. Anybody want to come? Anybody want to come? All right. Okay. Santiago, AMD, let's do it. Okay, AMD short, ID, topping tail bar, 2 lots, short, 931. Okay, so this is an anticipatory entry, huh? 147, 80, 80.87. Well, where's that? That's low. Low. Okay. All right, so you're in right here, short. Now, initial stop is the event. And we stop out on the next bar. Boom, stop out. Okay, is that it? Or did you continue from there? That's it, done, finished? Oh, second trade long, okay. I was getting ready to say, Santiago. Elephant bar, 1 lot, 27. Wait a minute. That seems mighty high. Are you sure it's 27? That bar's high is 22. You got filled at 27? Even the second bar's high is 26. All right. So we buy above the high. So we buy here. How many lots? 1 lot. What do you mean the third? Oh, shoot, the third bar. What am I doing? All right, so I thought you meant you bought that elephant bar you got in here. All right, so we stopped out of the first trade. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to now do the third trade where you're getting in here. I mean, the second trade, 1 lot. Where's your stop? Where's your stop on this one? All right, so your stop is under here. All right, so stop out here and reverse short. No, 938 here. So we go long. Now we stop and reverse here and go short again. Is that it? Where's your stop on this one? Above the red bar? All right. What's next? Stop out in the bull bar. All right. What's next? Anything next? Okay. Santiago, have you ever seen the Three Stooges? Are you too young for that? You ever watched the Three Stooges? No? Yeah. So remember like when one of the Three Stooges would slap the other two Stooges with one slap? You know, bam, bam. But it would just be with one slap, and he would slap both of them. You got Three Stooges. You got stooged here, man. But Santiago, we need an extra stooge for this one, right? Because you got slapped like 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. We need 4 stooges. I'm sorry to laugh at your pain here, but this is like the 4 stooges slap, you know? I will say this though. I see what you're playing, but why don't we watch this? Why don't we watch these positions here? Quite frankly, if this is way up there, it's a better play. So remember when we talk about like when you have your Fab 4, right? And you've got those positions, that best position is there. That's a perfect position. All right. On the short side, that best position is there. Right? Right under that Fab 4. Now, you know, this is kind of like a zone, right? The same way this is like a zone. It's never perfect, right? It's like a zone. So any, you know, shorts from this zone are going to, on average, be whippy. They're not going to have a great success. You know, up here, that's different. You give me a topping tail up there, and it has decent space halfway and then all the way. Okay. But here, you're likely to, you know what I'm saying? You're likely to get some wild behavior from there on the short side because it's such support. Remember when I told you that the 200, yeah, the 200 is an area. It's not a line like that. So you're still in that supportive area. Now, yes, I get it. The Fabulous 4 is a little on the wide side. All right. But remember when I told you to cut everything in half, right? So remember, like if you're way above the Fab 4, you don't say, wow, my potential is to the top of the Fab 4 if you're shorting. You cut it in half and ask yourself, is this a worthy profit? Is this a worthy trade? Well, I want to high five myself or someone else near me if I get the halfway mark. You never judge it based on the whole way. Same thing with wide Fab 4s. So now let's take this whole wide Fab 4 and cut it in half. All right. You know, if you're entering here, is that really, really worthy here? I'm not sure. It's like, what is that? 15 cents, 20 cents tops? And you're not supposed to take your first profit before 30, 40 cents anyway, right? So I just, you know, all I'm just saying is that there are better things. Now, there are better things out there. What I do love is I love this bar right when you gave up. See, this is, you've got the right bar in the right location, and it's wiping out everything that was holding it back. It's a clearing bar. Boom. Remember, you can eliminate tails, right? So now when you give up is when, boom, pull back, that support holds, and there's your play right there. Technically, is this a wrong short? No. You can name your event, all right? But I just want you to watch that. How many of these scenarios don't work because you're sort of in that 200 period moving average area, which is more of a support than a resistance. Why is it more of a support? Because you are not coming from below it, right? Oh, I'm sorry about that. It's more support because you're not coming from below it, like this. Now that's resistance. We don't have that. So it's actually more support here. Okay. But one last thing, again, when you start to look at these things like they're channels and not so much like they're skinny lines, you start to see them a little bit more appropriately. All right. Okay. Four Stooges. All right. Yeah, Santiago, you have a a 3-stop rule. Yeah, no, I get it. I understand. Yeah, I get it. I actually think you should have a 2-stop rule. You know, I think you should have a 2-stop rule, and then maybe just move on. Because like you don't want to miss other things that are better. You know, being stuck on one play, trying to get your money back and trying to make it work too long means you're really not focused on anything else. And there was a lot of great things today. Yeah. Would entering on the second bar have been a good entry? You mean when that's what he did. He actually stopped and reversed on the second bar, right? Now, you put your stop here and it actually turns out to be okay, especially if you're using a 2-bar stop rule. So then this becomes an add. So if you buy there, that becomes your add. and then you're off to the races. All right, okay. Guys, Carlos, you did LVS. Okay, let's see this here, guys. Oh, look at that beautiful position, guys. Look at that. All right, Carlos, take us home here. Take us home. So, Carlos, yeah, do map out your LVS trade. I'll be right back, guys. While Carlos is typing out his trade, I'm just going to quickly hit the restroom and be right back. All right. Good job, Carlos. Let's see here. Identified elephant bar off the 200, 942. What are we talking about here? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong day. Yes. Or I'm looking at, no, I'm at the wrong time here. All right, bear elephant bar right off the 200. Guys, that's my go-to play. Surges off the 200. Beautiful. Beautiful surge down off the 200 here. See them. Okay. Elephant bar after 200 after two failed attempts of breaking 200. Yep. Enter two lots short. Okay. At 948. Huh. All right. Talk about that. But anyway, 948. Enter two lots short at 9.98. Okay. Stop maximum. $10, add one lot. Red takes out green. One lot profit, 10.02. The price is that 67. Okay. And move stop to the pivot. Stop to pivot. That's P1. All right, then activated the 13 period moving average. No aristocrat here. 13. $10.38. Took one profit off. It's 37. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this is looking boss. This is looking boss. Stop out at 10.48. See, whenever the trader makes me have to move the chart, when I got to go off the chart, that's boss. Messing up my drawings here. Carlos, you're messing up my drawings, man. But I love it. All right, let me get these moves right. 13, okay. So let me go back here. That whole thing there. So very quickly, guys, we go okay. Profit take, pivot, adjustment. $13 MA, adjustment. Another profit take, and stop out at 10.48. Boom. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? That's boss. That's boss right there. Oh yeah, that's boss. That's top hat. Oh my God. That's one of those OMG trades, right? I like it. Oh my God, Carlos. That's top hat, man. Oh my God. I can nitpick here, though. I can nitpick a little bit. All right, now I don't know, Carlos. I don't know when you saw the trade. I feel sorry for my translators. I know I give them a hard time. Oh my God. Like, I'd like to see how they translate that. Um, I don't know, Carlos, when you saw this, but the real proper jump in is the violence off the 20, off the 200, I mean. Now, it's possible you didn't see it when that happened and you saw it a little bit later and you picked up a refined entry point off of that event, right? But you want to try to jump into violence off the 200, jump into it, before the violence bar uh, finishes trading. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but you don't have to wait for violence. So you don't need confirmation after violence. So let me explain this so that many of you will understand this, but some of you are new. So I need to constantly repeat these things, right? So once you get violence, right? Violence makes everything disappear. All right. Many of you understand this concept, but let's do it for those who are new here. So we're going to make everything disappear now because that's what violence does. Violence starts the game all over again. Now, Carlos, there is no pivot. This is like the stock's first bar in its life. You see? That's what violence does. It removes the moving averages. It removes everything to the left. It removes everything. And you play it in a vacuum. All right. But that's just nitpicking. Otherwise, this is top hat. This is boss trading. All right. Boss trading. I love it. What if the violence happens in the first 30 seconds? You can wait a little bit. Try to get most of that 1 minute bar finished, I would say. You just have too much time in the bar to reverse the violence. You know, the idea is to get into the bar where now the odds are very small that this is going to be removed. Yeah. Couldn't he have optimized with more shares? Well, we're looking at this as Monday morning quarterbackers, right? Quarterbacks. We're looking at this knowing how big the win was. So it's easier to say for us that it would have been nice if he did more shares. But I will say that when you're playing violence plays, the odds of success are a little higher, so to be you can afford to be a little more aggressive. But again, violence bars are big. So remember, he gave himself the maximum loss. So he couldn't play that so big, right? He wanted to get above that 200, right? To enter here and play with size, he would have to put his stop there, which is really getting stopped out at the wrong spot because I would want to be adding up there if it bounced back, you know? So it's hard to say. Yeah. How would I take this trade to the next level? The only thing that would take it to the next level is just getting in on that violence bar. That's it. I mean, otherwise this is a great trade. Yeah, great trade. I love that. The land of profitability. All right. Faiz, you had Snap, right? This might have to be my last one today, guys, but Faiz had Snap today. Uh-oh, looks tricky. Looks tricky. Awesome, Robert. Awesome. Faiz, are you with us? Oh, do I see him? No, he's not with us. Guess he couldn't make it over. Yeah. I saw. Yes, Sergi. Let's do your AMD. Let's do it. We covered this before, but let's see how you did with this. Often do like to get some different stocks to review, but nothing wrong with you guys playing the same plays. That's because you're being taught the same way. All right. Sergi, let's go. Can you do it? Can you do it quickly? We're back to the Four Stooges of the position elephant bar plus clearing. Okay, so he got that clearing one there. All right. Okay. Elephant bar clearing, we got it. Elephant bar plus, actually. Love that. Guys, by the way, clearing is 2 or more. All right, if you got 3 or more, that's really cool. So you got, if it's clearing 2 or more of the opposite color in a powerful way. See the opposite color here? 1, 2. We're clearing 3 opposite colors in one fell swoop. That's what makes it clearing. All right. Powerful. So you didn't enter on the clearing bar. You entered above the red bar, above the red body here. All right. Not sure what you're waiting for, but okay. Guys, just remember, surges off the 200 do not require that you wait for anything. This smacks of fear to me. All right, you've got to know, you've got to have your events categorized into, I don't wait or hesitate on these scenarios. What are those? Do you have those written down? All right, stop is event. When you say event, what are you saying? Which, because you're telling me you're playing the RBI, not the elephant clearing. All right, so you're putting the stop under the elephant. Okay. All right. I personally would rather you err on the side of when in doubt, do the trade. Just so you guys know, I'd rather that be your problem. When in doubt, just do it versus when in doubt, don't do it. Right? It's a better problem to deal with. Okay, wait a minute, Sergi. Where am I getting 2 lots from? Did I miss something? Oh, 3 lots. Shoot, 3 lots there. Took profits 2 lots at 81.68 at 10.02. All right, that's a boss profit take right there. 2 lots. Annie is asking, can you put the stop under the 200? That's exactly where you want it. You certainly don't want it above the 200, Annie. Right? See, this would stop you out above the 200. That's not an intelligent stop. Okay. So we got 1 lot left. We change the stop. We adjust the stop to the pivot right there. Boom. I like it. Yeah, that's a good stop, Annie. That's a good stop. Tough one. 16. Got it. 2 lots on the pullback. Keep the same stop. Okay. Whoa. Here? Is it at 11? Uh-oh. See, my traders have me going off the chart. This one here? All right. 3, boom, boom, 2. Okay. Gotta go a little bit further here. Uh, Stop next pivot 1146. Whoa. All right, so I got to shrink this, which I don't really like to do, but Sergi's top hat trading's got me going way off the chart. All right, so we're in here. No, wait. We're in here. 3, stop. 2, stop adjustment to pivot 1. Add to, I think I got that right? Pivot. No, wait, let me get this straight. So I have to pivot 1. What am I missing here? Okay, add 2, 1016, red bar takeout. Okay, got it. Pivot 1104. I'm at 11 here. Move to the pivot there. Then next pivot 1146. So you mean at 1146 you move to this pivot, Serge? Is that what you mean? You're giving me the time that you actually go to the previous pivot? Okay, got it. Okay. Then 20 MA trail. Stop out at 1155. Wait a minute. Well, I don't see how you stop out with the 20. 1204 right here. Boom. Stop out there. All right, nice. Nice trading. This is boss. All right, now let me improve on this a little bit. All right, we can make it more boss, guys. In the beginning of the Wall Street days, I don't know if you've ever been on Wall Street, guys. There is a very short street, by the way. At one end is a church. At the other end is a graveyard. I mean, one end is a graveyard. One end is the water street. At any rate, back in the beginning of the days, it was the place, it was the street that you went to do business on. And you traded, a lot of the wealthy people traded commercial paper back and forth. And so these commercial paper slips, they would actually store in their hats. So yes, they would have these top hats. And their commercial paper that they would trade back and forth would be stored in their top hats. Top hat trading. Now, believe it or not, of course, you could tell who was a bigger trader than the other, who was a wealthier trader. The trader who obviously had what? The tallest top hat, right? Now that trader, that's boss. Damn, look at that. Look at his hat. All right. And that's where that's where my term comes from, top hat trader. It's a Wall Street reference, right? It's top hat. Top hat. All right. Now, this is Sergi, but we're gonna make Sergi this guy now. We're gonna make him that guy. Sergi, I want to give you that hat. Okay. We're gonna take the top hat a little bit further. There are two, when you're looking to ride, we went over this morning actually too, but when you're looking to ride a winning play out, the two dominant ways to do that is moving average, which you did, and or pivot stop, pivot stop adjustment. So you've got two major ways. You got to ride the 20 out or the 8 or the 13. You have to pick the right one. So in this case, you chose to ride the 20 out, or you ride pivots out. Now this is number one, and your moving average is method number two. Now, over time, it's pivot trading that will make you the most, but it will come at a high cost. So this is why I encourage that you don't exclusively do pivot stop adjustment trading, that you have to know when to revert to moving average. But there is a time when pivot stop trading will be superior to moving average trailing trading. And this is the perfect example. It's when your stock dips below the 20 and then comes back. Dips below the 20 and then comes back. This is telling you that it is not a moving average play. It's a pivot play. All right. So if you go over all the pivots, right? Look at your pivots. Pivot, 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 pivot. Sergi, you're still in the play if you're pivot trading. All right. And so the 20 got you out a little bit earlier. This, you get a bigger hat with pivot trading. You had a decent hat, but this gets you that ultimate top hat, that ridiculous one. That top hat where all the other top hatters, they grow envious of you. Yeah, you want to be envied, Sergi. Don't you? Don't you want to be envied? Envy is good. Means your hat is taller. All right. So, yeah, strive to be envied, guys. Yeah. Whoa, this thing is still going. Beautiful. But great trade, Sergi. Great trade. Great patience. I mean, living through this is very impressive. Now that's diamond hands. That's diamond hands. All right. Apple II. Yeah, things are rocking here, guys. And you even see it here with Apple, where it's pivot trading that keeps you in this thing. All right, guys. Great sessions, Great session today. Great trading. All right. Great concepts covered. All right. Take these things, put them to work, traders. Love you to death. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. My wealth traders, I will see you this upcoming Sunday. Time for some wealth time for us. And the rest of you, we'll be back at this game on Monday. Ciao for now.